there. How's it going?
What's up, Rezzy?
Not much. I'm doing this thing, and it's been, I don't know, interesting, but I just realized I might run out of balloons. Like, that are already blown up. Or possibly that my keyboard just broke. Oh, no, I know why.
Just
Okay.
undo the knots on the other ones. And
Huh? But anyways, yeah, how are you? How's it going? What was going on with Dylan, like, blowing everything up tonight?
I don't know. So,
Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys some bad news if you're Hippy Dippy fans. For the ones that are still watching, this is probably the last Hippy Dippy. Now, well, it's not guaranteed. Like, if the fallout of the election's crazy enough and we can book people for it, maybe it'll be different. But this is probably the last Hippy Dippy. Danabo saying we'll be back for a special. Danabo's the one who does the booking, so if he wants to book a special, good, I'll let him. But you know, election season's gonna end, and we're gonna have the fallout of the election, and we might be able to do a Hippy Dippy around that. But I just don't see a path forward for the show come January. I mean, come February, especially. I just don't see it. And there's a few reasons why. How do I talk about this? So the first thing is, I'm bringing in CTV and Pixel, or Higby and Pixel. Last second cancellations. So Danabo, and last second cancellations was the problem before, and last second cancellations was a problem today. And it's been a problem every show. And if we had more people, and it wasn't just me and Danabo, and I'm usually going between frontline stuff, and so it's usually Danabo's job, maybe we would be able to deal with that easier. But tonight we had like headliners, like Lonerbox canceled last second. Alex Stein just didn't show up, which okay, whatever. And you know, we have it like every time, and some of these like last second cancellations are like constant, where we'll invite people over and over and over again, trying to book it, and they'll cancel over and over and over again. And I think that comes from like just a disrespect to the show, to be blunt. People can tell me otherwise. People can come up with whatever excuse that they want. I do think a significant amount of it is a disrespect to the show. Not saying that's for everybody, but I think that, you know, it's not a priority for them, and they book it, and then we work, and put them on a show, and it's just not their priority,
right,
for whatever reason. That's fine. You can do your own content, but if they don't show up and we have to do last second like replacements, it hurts our ability to put on a good show if like our headliners cancel. Here's a great example. Lauren Southern was so whiny and so yappy about having to come on, or about being pushed to come on to the show that she agreed to, and her reason for cancellation is that you had the time. If you didn't do research, that's your fault. That's not a good excuse. That means I don't care. I didn't do the research. Like, how do you even like book somebody for that? Like, and then when she did come on, she was whiny the whole time. I mean, not the whole time, but like especially at the start, and like especially towards the end, she was really whiny. And like, I don't know how you try to use that as an excuse that you didn't do like the bare minimum of like a few fucking Google searches, and then you get that whiny about it. And again, I think that just comes from a disrespect of the show, a disrespect towards the other people who are working to put on the show. Like, you're coming on, and we appreciate that, but don't like sell our effort down the river. And it's not just Lauren Southern, there are others, but like that's just the example I'm going to use. And that's the first thing. The second thing is that it's very difficult to book a lot of the higher profile guests, and some of the excuses will be like, we don't really do debate content, and then I'll see them do debate content, or they can't make this date, but then they can't make any date. And instead of just saying no, they kind of drag us along, which then, and a lot of the bigger guests that we wanted to get, we just couldn't this time. And since this is the last Hippy Dippy, and election season is basically over, I don't care if I say this, a lot of this ended up, and since the Hippy Dippy's over, and we only got 5 days to the election's over, I am more than comfortable saying this. A lot of this is the fault of Progressive Victory. Progressive Victory convinced me in a sit-down dinner meeting to relaunch the show. I never talked about this publicly because I want them to do good for the elections, but the election's basically over, so I think it's okay to talk.
Where do you stop? What did you hear from him?
So I watched I was watching like pieces of the Hippy Dippy thing. He said PV talked to him to convince him to do it over dinner, and that they were saying that they were going to do significantly more than they actually did, like in terms of like booking and all of that. He largely blamed PV for a lot of the failures of the show, extolled you quite a bit. And that's like,
So,
yeah.
I would say starting in, I think it was around January, they approached him and said they want to bring it back for April, May.
Okay.
I told him there's no way they're going to do it. It's impossible. They're not going to be able to book it.
Yeah.
And he went ahead and did it anyway. So they were asking me for like assets and stuff. I gave them a few things, but I kept telling Dylan, there's no way they're going to do it. It's too hard. It's too much work.
Yeah.
And then they just dropped out. Like they just said, actually, we don't want to do it.
So did they help you guys with any of the shows at all or no?
Not a single thing. No.
Really? Okay, because he definitely made it sound like the Lauren Southern grab was like a get from them. Like that's what it sounded like. Sorry?
That was counterpoints.
Oh, so it was Connor. Oh, okay. Well, that's fair too. I mean, yeah, Connor seems pretty genial.
And he blames himself for messing that up too.
Well, I mean, whatever. Who cares? Like I was gonna be honest because I think that it was like the closest. I think like when I was looking at it, the whole argument of like, hey, they don't direct us. It sounded almost as if they did, but yeah, if they didn't like actually help with anything, they just kind of pushed it. Like that's not. I think that completely validates like some of the arguments like Wick was making and stuff about his platform and shit, right?
They said they were going to help and then didn't. And
yeah, which is shitty because they fucked you guys over, right? But like the thing is, I don't know if they actually would be able to do that. Because that's kind of like the whole keeping separation. You know what I mean? Like I think they were supposed to do that, so it could have been that. But yeah, like
I told him that he can't put it on Twitch. If they actually sponsored it, they had to be YouTube only.
Well, wait, why would he have to only put it? I mean,
Twitch doesn't allow sponsored political content, so it would only be on YouTube.
Since when? They started doing that again recently.
Did they? Wow.
Yeah. That was Wicked got away with that last year with the Brianna Wu and Chunks pack, right? And because they actually let up on that, as long as you like clearly disclose, there's not really an issue with it. They just turned it into like the same ad thing.
Supporting the candidate, right?
Yeah, No, actually, I'm not actually sure. I think even supporting of a candidate now. No, this was a change that happened like, and within like a week or two. What is Brianna Wu and Chenk's pack? I can't remember the names.
Wolfpack?
No, it wasn't Wolfpack. It was Lord, it was something with an R.
Where's F-bombs?
F-bombs? I don't know, dude. I have no idea at all. I'm sure he's, he's starting to see things and he's coming up with the next 17 layers of string to try to tackle this. And now he's going to look at this too, and that's fine. Hi, F-bombs. I hope you're doing good. Rebellion Pack, right? Because Rebellion Pack sponsored 2 streams with Wick. One of them had Vosh on it, and the other one was just there. So no, you can do full-on sponsored streams if you like let people know. I mean, I don't know if candidates specifically have done it, but I would assume due to the I want to say like the Bernie or campaigns stuff. I don't know if he's
they're streaming on Twitch.
Yeah, because they did that just the other week on Twitch. So I think like political stuff. I mean, well, up until maybe like the last day or two when they did the new political branding thing, so that way they can get away from like a lot of that. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, no, I think you've just been able to do that. It was a change in like the code of it, but you do need to clearly represent it. So that's about it. But that's nuts.
They messed him up on that, so they basically cancelled that. Didn't get any guests, nothing at all, no assets. I had to get Geek to do the assets again.
Yeah,
paid Geek to do them.
That's a mood.
And then they did the thing where they doxed everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's
me about.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the frustration with that. Obviously, if you guys didn't know about it, like that's the thing. But I mean, I don't think anybody really brought up a lot about it. I mean, even with Wick, it was like I talked to Wick about it. And I was like, yeah, just so you know, this is out there. You know, it was like the first time I've talked to him privately since the thing, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, did you guys like know? Did Dylan like know any of that or no? Like that he was going to have to
just going to randomly dox him, no.
Well, I mean,
he's pissed.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like, you know, like as much as I want to say randomly doxing, you're working with a political campaign that is like, you know, the nature of it. For whatever
not
it's
even
worth,
his address. That's
yeah,
someone in his family that has nothing to do with it. Yeah, it's kind of messed up.
Yeah, and I mean that's like, well, you just kind of run that line though whenever you're doing, at least in America, because of like a lot of our transparency laws and shit. You know, that's
yeah, they told him it wouldn't be disclosed as far as I know.
Huh, interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, how about that?
And it wasn't disclosed, was it, for a long time? So.
Well, no. I mean, that's like that's also another question is like, why wasn't it disclosed if they were, you know, even having them as consultants? But yeah, interesting. Do you know if like Dylan has any interest in talking about this more? Is he going to be talking about this more or no?
You can ask him. I think he's just done with it. He was done with it a long time ago.
All right. Well, fair enough.
When they dropped the show and when they doxed him, I think
yeah, interesting. You're gonna keep playing. You're gonna keep playing Jackbox with us, right?
No, I've stopped being a mole now. I can leave.
Oh my god! Oh, fuck! You were a mole? Fuck.
A mole for what?
No, dude, I don't give a shit. It's like a joke, man. No, because like it's just funny as fuck to be honest with you. It's just funny to say. No, it's like, because that's like the thing. Everybody's like, oh, Danabo's. I'm like, dude, he's sat through like how many Jackbox Sundays with us at this point? Like, you know,
I've been pissed at this progressive victory thing the whole time. Anyway, I think he should never have signed a contract with them. But
yeah, I mean, like, I won't disagree. Like, obviously, you know my stance that I've barely articulated, you know, for what it's worth, but I don't know, it's definitely getting it's definitely getting weirder. Did you see the Dick Masterson stuff?
No.
Oh, do you want to see something really, really funny? I'm sure, I'm gonna get...
Guy was on Destiny?
Here, let me find it real quick, right? Why is did my keyboard die? I think my keyboard just stopped working. Might be fine. Give me 1 sec. That would be a fucking hell of a thing to have happen right now, right? I have a lot of fun with that.
On-screen
keyboard. Yeah, I could on-screen keyboard it. No, I'm just restarting it regardless, because why not, right? Not like restarting it, just plugging it in and plugging it back out. Though it could actually just have fucking shorted finally. I don't know, I've had it for like 4 or 5 years now, which would make sense. Does present a problem. Okay, alright, let me, how do I
don't know if you saw, I was very surprised that Dylan gave me any credit at all. He usually takes all credit for the show.
Oh yeah, no, I mean...
That was a nice surprise.
Well, absolutely, you should have fucking get credit. You've been like fucking pushing it to hell. I mean, how did Tyler take it, I guess? Because I think he was like all on board with you guys too, you know?
Tyler just had back surgery, so he wasn't going to do a recruitment show this weekend anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. All right. Which one is... Why is this not working? Give me a sec. Let me see if I can get my keyboard going again. Oh, shit. I'm just going to plug it right in. I think I have an extra port, right? I'm using like a splitter. Sometimes it's like, I don't know. I've had like this keyboard for fucking too long. I know I have another one somewhere, but I don't know where. Yep, I got it working. Hell yeah, let's go, brother. Things didn't break. Okay, so Dick Masterson. I'm going to show you this because I think this is something that drove me a little nutty. Okay, it drove me a little nutty. Okay, and I think you'll get a kick out of it, right?
The first clip I ever saw of PV was the Chud Logic in a bar drunk.
Oh, the drunk, the N-word one? True. That is a classic. Okay, so give this a watch real quick.
Shit, did I hit go live?
I think so.
yeah.
Okay.
What is this? Oh, he gets comments on his super chat?
Yeah.
You got to get these super chats in right now, guys.
Get those super chats in.
Or we have to read ads.
It's one of those ways that you can influence things, and we all know we want to influence things. One of the ways you can influence things, of course, is by registering to vote. Guys, today's episode is brought to you by Rise, who want you to know that the stakes are so high for young people in this election, so you really got to get out and vote. Check out risefree.org and make a pledge to vote now to get your vote in for the upcoming election.
And that's the end of the ad.
Again, that's risefree.org.
That's the end of the ad. Guys, you have to vote for Trump.
So you know who Rise is, right?
No.
So
Is that another PV thing?
It's an analog for PV. Yeah. Yeah, this came out on October 25th, so a week ago. That Rise and Progressive Victory sponsored Dick Masterson's show, where immediately after the register to vote ad buy, they told people to go vote for Trump.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Dick Masterson is like a super well-known conservative, like weirdo.
I've seen him somewhere. It must be on Death
Yeah.
Smash.
Well, yeah, so you've probably seen him because Vito, right? This guy on the right here, Vito is actually a childhood friend of Mr. Girls. So he's come up in
I remember. He was on Kick or Keep.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he was on Kick or Keep. And so he's that's why Dick Masterson, one, he's a bigger guy on his own. Both physically and like content wise, but like not only that, like he has like this just general connection because of Mr. Girl's proximity to everything. So yeah, it's kind of crazy that they I feel like the express goal of Progressive Victory was not to get Trump elected, and it feels a little stupid right now, you know? We're looking at this, but
I don't know who the manager is right now because they changed management. That's what happened. So they changed management in April, May.
Yeah, that was when what's her name? Riley Grace Rochon left, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because I know that like you had
It makes sense that Riley would want Hippy Dippy back too. She was one of our first guests.
Oh yeah. Well, so the thing is, it was like, from what it looked like outside, right? And I don't really know too much about the internals of anything, obviously. What it looked like from the outside was there was this one shift that happened, right? And it was around when Kilo made his video, because that was when I made this meme video that at one point Irai just started like during like a really heavy music, like the music was really loud segment and shit. Started yelling that this stream is too dank. Which was like a personal point of pride. But it was in that stream, he actually went ahead and said, he's like, yeah, I'm going to be getting away from PV because they want to move through this event format for how they pay creators. So I know there was like some shift, because even then the next month, I think that's when, you know, they included Dylan on the FCC filings, right? So, like, I think that there was that change that generally happened then, that also was a bunch of the people like a lot of people like shifting over, you know. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, that's like the best I could put it. I have no idea personally what happened. Like, the PvE stuff is interesting, but, you know, at this point, it's just like, it's kind of weird because there's just like it seems like a lot of unforced errors at this point. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a mess.
Yeah. How are you doing with it? You doing okay with everything? Were you expecting Dylan to say that he was going to stop the show tonight?
Yeah, I promised him 4 shows because they messed up. They didn't do anything. I said, I will give you 4 shows. I'll book them, schedule, get everything sorted. You just have to sit there and moderate.
Yeah. Have you thought of, you know, I know a lot of people talk about like the peers model and how, and, you know, Dylan even mentioned, he's like, oh no, peers took our model and whatnot. Have you ever just thought of just doing setting up like 2v2s on like a somewhat semi-regular basis? Because that might be much easier.
Before.
Huh?
It's even harder.
Really? Okay. If one
of the guests cancels and you 2v2, the whole thing's cancelled.
No, yeah, no, that makes
If
sense.
one of the gets cancelled, you can bring in a replacement.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, fair enough.
We had a 2v2 scheduled for tonight, but one of them cancelled. So
was that Loner, I think?
No, Loner was scheduled for the Rumble.
Oh, Alex Stein?
He was also scheduled for the Rumble.
Oh. I don't even remember. I see. Usually, you come into chat and you post everything, so I know about it. So it's like I get to see like the thing, and I'm like, "Oh, this one looks interesting. This is what I want to watch," and everything like that. You didn't do that this time, which
I was way too busy this week.
I can understand. Yeah, I mean, if it's your new last one, you know. So,
and yeah, the guests were a nightmare. Everyone was on a Halloween party for Friday night.
Oh, true. Yeah, that sounds terrible. Yeah, that's really rough, dude. I'm very sorry. So, but yeah, who was it? I don't even remember who the 2v2 was.
I don't think we announced it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't think so.
Interesting.
Because I don't want to announce until it's fully confirmed.
Oh yeah. Then that's fair. So that's fair to do. So, huh?
What was the 2v2? The 2v2 was just Trump versus Harris. The 4v4 was supposed to be Congress. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Huh. Well, how about that? Well, I guess, shit, man. I mean, you got anything aside from that? Because I'm shocked out because I don't know.
I don't know if I can say everything I want to say because I know a lot more.
To be fair, you might want to take a little bit of time to like kind of get your thoughts together on it too, because I was
just kind of surprised that Dylan said anything. Because
I was
silence on that stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I have been absolutely shocked quite as well. Question mark. I have a message here that says that Dylan Burns sleeping with bomb-blasted courses of Ukrainian horrors. Can you confirm this never happened?
You know what was crazy tonight? In the middle of everyone shouting, is that Dylan was in the middle of an air raid siren.
Really?
Behind him getting bombed, and they're still shouting, and he's like, you can see him counting down to how far away the blast is.
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
Like a thunder sound, like in seconds.
Okay.
I guess they're just shouting, like, what are we doing here? He's on the front lines of a war, and we're letting CTV shout.
Yeah. Well,
whatever.
Well, Danabo, I think take some time, you know? I mean, think about all of it. I think I don't know.
Once I know he's out of contract, then I'll
that's fair. That's
the rest.
That is pretty fair. So, well, I guess the last question I've got for you, what's next for Danabo?
I take a break. I'm just going to go back to editing 2 videos a day and hanging out where I want to hang out.
Hell yeah. Good for you. Hell yeah. Good for you. Let's do that. That's fun. I hope you take care of yourself, and I hope things go well. And honestly, the thing is with the PB shit, I guess we'll find out Tuesday how that's going to go, because I feel like Tuesday either results in a lot of finger pointing or the washing of hands, you know? So I'm excited for either, but we'll see how that goes. You take care of yourself, bud. It's good to talk to you. I don't think we've ever. I think we've talked a few times. Never mind.
We talked twice. And each time you think I'm French, but
yeah, I know. I don't know why. I have always thought you were French. I know that Geek is French. I know Geek is French, dude. Like, the thing is, the way you English is just very unfamiliar to me, and I can't explain it. So,
because I've also got an Arkansas accent. That's
interesting.
I've been in Arkansas for 8, 9, 10 years. 10. Wow, it's been a while.
Yeah,
so I might be picking some of that up.
Interesting. Well, there you go. So
I hope not, but I might be.
That's fine, right? But
is it?
I mean, it's fine to get like whatever accent it's gonna be, you know, like it's gonna be whatever it is. So
an Arkansas accent though.
Arkansas, there's no difference. Arkansas is just like Midwest, but it's not even like full on Midwest. Arkansas, you can still kind of sound like a upright standing human being, you know.
Some of them can, yeah.
For the most part of like the kind of southernish states, I think they're probably the best, you know. Alabama, it's like you can hear the ringworm come out of their mouth, you know. So but yeah, damn, man. All right, Well, you
Like,
take.
let me
Yeah.
let me know if you think of any questions.
I will. I absolutely will. I will let you know, and I'm gonna go pop some balloons.
All right, have a good night.
Perfect. You be good. Talk to you soon.